Welcome to I Wonder Wednesday. And today is all about what's up in the hive. And right here we have our observation beehive right here at the Earth and Space Science Lab. So winter is a different time of year for our bees. This is when they kind of take a little vacation. So what has happened all summer long is our bees were very busy. They were gathering pollen. They were bringing in nectar into the hive. And what's really important for us to remember about bees is that bees actually pollinate over 80% of all the fruits and vegetables that we eat. So bees are super important. But once that temperature starts to dip below that magical 57 degrees Fahrenheit, the bees know it's time to get into winter mode. Now, what that means is a few things begin to change in the hive. The first thing they do is the hive becomes completely female. So in our hive, we have three types of bees. We have the workers, the queen, and the drone bee. The drone bee is the male bee. But in the winter time, they need to conserve all of their resources because there are no plants or flowers to pull nectar from. So they actually bring the drone bees and kind of push them out of the hive. And that's the end of their life cycle. So one of the first things we begin to notice in the hive as we turn into winter is that the hive becomes completely female. Now here's a really amazing picture of our queen. You can see her right here in the middle. Now notice our queen has wings that are actually shorter than her body length. So in comparison to the other worker bees, she does have a much longer body, but shorter wings, as she only really leaves the hive one time. Now, the worker bees, during the winter time, they know they have one super important job, and that is to keep that queen happy and well fed. So let's kind of move in just a little bit. Let's zoom in to our observation hive. Wow, take a look at this. So in the hive, remember, we have one queen right now and thousands, about 3,000 worker bees tending to our hive. So you can see we have our honey is up top, and then we have this, which is actually called bur comb. And there is some honey stored in here, but it's also to help keep the bees nice and warm. Now, bees, actually, during this time, our workers will surround the queen, and they'll actually put their heads towards the queen, all around her, and move their wings back and forth to help keep her warm. So inside the hive, even though it could be really cold outside, cold enough to snow, inside the hive, it could be up to 80 degrees, super nice and warm. And that's due to those worker bees flapping their wings. Now imagine, everyone, if you were flapping your wings all day long, that would be quite tiring. So the worker bees actually rotate through the hive to the queen, and they all take turns. So they take turns eating honey. They take turns taking care of the queen, feeding her, keeping her nice and toasty warm, and also doing typical hive maintenance. So when we think about what's going on in the hive, yes, our queen might not be laying as many eggs as she does during the summertime. Our bees aren't flying in and out of the hive like they do in the summer. Like I said, they're kind of taking a little vacation, but that doesn't mean they're not doing anything. Their main job is to prepare for the spring. When actually around early March, when we have our first blossoming flowers like dandelion and crocus, our bees actually start to come out of the hive and begin the whole cycle again. Now, these winter bees will last about 6 months. Their life cycle is almost 3 times longer than the life cycle of a summer bee. But it's because they need to take care of that queen bee. And then, starting in March, here we can see Adam holding up a frame of honey. Right there it is. You can see that. And that's what will sustain the hive for the entire winter. So my friends, what's happening in the hive? Well, they're just taking a little break and enjoying some vacation time before the busy time of spring comes around. So my friends, we will see you all next week. I wonder Wednesday, we will be at the Dino News Network where we're going to be celebrating Dino-vember. So we hope to see you there. Thanks, everyone. Bye.